Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to my Asim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So this is a FAFO rundown. So before I get into this video, I am going to say this. You all thought that it would not get to you. You all thought that it has always been Black people that gets that some things get to. You all thought that no matter how bad it gets, it will get to them first. Before it will get to us, it will be over. But the reverse became the reverse is the case as it stands. Now, I am going to ask you people, how have you all been doing? That is for my people, right? And for other people, I hope you are enjoying the fruits of your labor because this is exactly what you voted for. And the fact that majority of you knew that this is what was going to happen. Some of you, some of you heard him saying that, these are my plans, my policies, and the rest of it. You all knew, some of you knew, but you thought it wasn't ever going to touch to you because you all are usually untouchable. But now you all are feeling the vibes. How far? So the FAFO is like, this man has been in the office for 100 days plus now, like few days into, right? 100 days and some days, right? And I am sure you all are not breathing well, but some of you are pretending like you are breathing great. But I am going to leave it at that. So here is rundown of the show so far. And I am going to say this. I see some of you trying to protest and the rest of it. And I don't even understand what you all are doing. And today also is May 1st. And I know that there should be a protest like I saw on the internet. I know my people are resting, but I will see what the magic you all are going out there to do. Let's get into this video.
Man, when you dance with that damn devil. So let's do a quick rundown of the groups who have fucked around and find out because of their support of the felon-in-chief. White farmers, who historically have always received assistance from the government. What they would call handouts if anybody else got that same assistance. Because of the tariffs, all over social media, whining and complaining about how their livelihoods are in danger and they could lose their farms. Notice though, Black farmers, you haven't seen them being interviewed in the media and on social media whining about tariffs. And that is because they were denied historically the same assistance white farmers got because of racism. So the ones that have survived and are hanging on have become self-sufficient, relying on the community. Second group, Latino community, mass deportations, enough said. Third group, pro-Palestine activists, who while spewing anti-Blackness, had the audacity to expect support from the Black community. Well, we see the tragedy that is occurring in real time in Gaza. White women. Well, barefoot and pregnant pretty soon is going to be a slogan for them. Next up, I'm going to talk about the state of Arkansas, a red state. It's where I reside. I was born and raised in Arkansas. Deeply red state. It just elected Sarah Huckabee Sanders as governor. Y'all remember her. She was one of the press secretaries for the felon-in-chief during his first administration. Of course, Arkansas elected her governor instead of the highly qualified scientist, Black man. In late March, early April, Arkansas suffered severe storms that produced tornadoes and mass flooding. People lost their lives, property damaged. The entire state was declared a disaster area. Arkansas applied for FEMA benefits not too long ago. And the felon-in-chief said, fuck you. No. The felon-in-chief said, I have every confidence that the state government can take care of the situation in Arkansas. Because remember now, y'all, a key talking point among conservatives and Republicans and MAGA morons is that they want smaller federal governance and for the states to have more power. Well, their felon in chief said, here you go, Arkansas. The latest group to fuck around and find out is the Supreme Court. Now, remember, y'all, during the election, they ruled that the felon in chief is immune now because he holds the office of president. So how does he repay that act of fealty? His new propaganda secretary, Carolyn Levitt, has recently said that the felon in chief believes that his office has the authority and power to arrest Supreme Court justices should they stand against his policies. Fuck around and find out it's not just a slogan.
All right, listen up, white folks. This white supremacy thing ain't just some history lesson. It's a damn system built on unfairness. It's still here in a lot of ways folks don't see and don't want to see. Being white in this country often means starting ahead, whether you ask for it or not. It's the way things been set up. Now, the ones who see this clear are black brothers and sisters. They feel the uneven ground every day. They see the different way the world treats them. And what do they get from too many white folks? A shrug, a denial, that silence just lets the rot keep spreading. And you want to know why this ain't been fixed? It's about greed. This country's been handing out the best land to white folks for generations, keeping the power for themselves, stealing the labor from others, and ain't many at the top eager to share that inheritance. Then you got Trump and his MAGA crowd stirring up the pot. All that talk about taking our country back, all that dog whistle talk about folks who ain't real Americans, that's all bullshit. All that's done is stir up a whole big mess of racism and bad feelings. So this white supremacy, it's tangled up in the very fabric of this country. And a whole lot of folks are either too blind to see it, too scared to talk about it, or too dang greedy to let go of the unfair advantage they've been dealt. And that silence, that apathy, it just lets the damn poison keep on dripping. The damn truth is, this ain't just hurting black folks. This rot is infecting the whole damn farm. It's building a barn on a sinking foundation. It's teaching your youngins a pack of lies. It's turning us into folks looking over our fences with suspicion instead of lending a helping hand. It's costing us our damn harvest, making us weak and divided. And for what? To keep holding on to some damn fairy tale about who belongs and who don't? It ain't enough to just say you ain't stirring the pot, that you ain't racist. We gotta grab the damn hose and douse the fire wherever it's burning. In our hearts, in our homes, in our damn government. Because if we don't, this whole damn farm's gonna burn to the fucking ground. And ain't none of us gonna have nothing left but ashes. As white people, if you ain't addressed in our system and culture of white supremacy, you are the fucking problem.
It has officially been hell on earth for 100 days, and now we can officially say that this is one of the worst starts to a presidency in this country's history. Because there are genuinely no good qualities that you can derive from any of the actions that this administration has taken within the course of this first 100 days. Literally out of the gate, the administration was hit with lawsuits as soon as Donald Trump was inaugurated due to the Doge drama, where Doge was not following the protocols at all for what federal agencies are supposed to be doing, because he decided that this was going to be an oligarchy instead of a democracy. Then we immediately saw the signing of executive orders that literally set back progress in this country by so much, by repealing civil rights and liberties that so many groups had. I mean, you literally have trans individuals in this country unable to get passports because of Donald Trump's actions within his first 100 days in office. Children with severe illnesses being deported without their medication, American citizens being deported without due process. You have judges being detained and arrested for not going along with this administration. You have a stock market that's expected to be in a recession by the time June comes. This first 100 days has literally been filled with nothing but nonsense. International trade wars with our biggest trade partners causing disruptions in trade chains that benefit America. Like, there have been genuinely no good qualities from this first 100 days, and we still have 3 or 4 more years left of this to go through. This is insane. So it's going to be more after the first year is going to be the worst year. First year for a president in history. After the first 2 years, it's going to be the worst half term for a president. It's literally just going to keep going on and going on and going on. Then 2026 and 2028, when midterms and the general election comes around, we need to change all this shit because this is not going to fly.
100 days of chaos, confusion, tariffs, loss of jobs, the economy going into the tank, Americans paying more for everything, including health care, or maybe no health care, their social security, their private information, everything to do with their personal privacy, Doge, Elon Musk, all of it in 100 days. And you think we're going to survive 4 years of this insane baboon, this orange orangutan that's in the White House? You think we're going to survive it? It's going to get worse and worse. And when you have people like Lindsey Graham, who apparently has lost his fucking mind, talking about Trump being Pope. I am a Roman Catholic, but I don't practice the faith. But Trump is Barabbas. He's a criminal.
You ever feel it, that itch deep down, like you're stuck in something you can't see? That's not an accident. That's the system. You ain't free. You ain't even close. You're trapped. Paycheck to paycheck, praying your car don't break down, praying your kid don't get sick, praying you don't miss rent by 50 damn bucks. They don't need bars to cage you anymore. They got bills, they got weekends off, they got you so damn tired that you don't even dream big anymore. Since 1978, your paychecks crawled up like 24%, while CEOs' pay skyrocketed 1,460%. You bust your backs for 40, 50, 60 hours a week while these suits rake in $17+ million a year sitting at mahogany desks. Corporate profits hit $4 trillion last year while you're standing in line at Walmart praying your card clears. Cost of living doubled, rents double what it was in 2000. College, forget it. Medical bills, one emergency room and you're in the hole for years. 25 million people in this country got no health care, and half of them skipped care because they couldn't afford it. In the richest damn country on earth, supposedly. And you think it's just you screwing up? Nah, it's designed like this. Women still making 80-something cents on the dollar, black women 70 cents, Hispanic women 65 cents, and black and Hispanic families still making way less than white families. You work twice as hard, get half as far. That's not hard work failing you. That's a rigged game. Veterans like myself, people who fought, bled, and broke for this place, 35,000 of us sleeping on the streets right now. Between 17 and 22 vets kill themselves every single damn day. And the billionaires? They laugh. Top 10% own 2/3 of the wealth in this country, and the bottom half, not even 3%. This is their America. You just rent a spot to die in. And the worst part, you're told to be grateful. At least you got a job. Yeah, a job that's breaking your body, blowing your spirit out like a candle, and keeping you just healthy enough to clock in again Monday morning. They hand you 2 days off a week and call that freedom. That ain't freedom. That's maintenance. That's feeding the livestock. Like Assata Shakur said, it is our duty to fight for our freedom. We have nothing to lose but our chains. So tell me, are you going to keep punching the clock until it punches the soul clean out of you? Or are you going to remember who the hell you are? Cages don't need bars anymore. They look like 401ks. They look like direct deposit Fridays. They look like tired eyes and busted dreams. Wake up. Fight back.
We are 100 days into the Trump dystopian nightmare, so I'm going to give you 100 seconds of Donald Trump fails. Now, that's not a lot of time considering how many fails he's delivered, so let's fucking go. Right off the bat, he violated the Constitution by trying to invalidate birthright citizenship with a press release. He then illegally created Doge with another press release, then realized he couldn't create a department without Congress, so he let Doge take over the United States Digital Service, and fake renamed it the United States Doge Service, and said Elon Musk was its leader, even though that was illegal, so he lied and then unlied and then lied again for weeks until they made up a new leader for Doge so they'd have a legal employee to scapegoat in the myriad lawsuits pending. Musk then illegally fired and rehired once he found their email addresses, half the people they illegally fired, and the rest of their codified negligence is tied up in court. While Musk's $2 trillion in proposed cuts was reduced to $1 trillion, then reduced to $150 billion, then reduced to $4 billion, which is 0.2% of his original goal and only 10% of the tax dollars paid to Musk in federal contracts since his grift first began. Next, Trump said he was going to use tariffs to rebuild American manufacturing jobs, and he actually got some union endorsements for this, but then he rolled them all back or paused them and rewrote history saying this was just the art of the deal. But the deal was supposed to be to create jobs. Instead, his tariffs are costing us jobs, costing us economic growth, and oh yeah, since tariffs are import taxes paid by American business, we're literally using money from Trump inflation to buy job cuts for our friends and neighbors so we can lie and say the money is coming from foreign governments. And this is all going to destroy our GDP because like a snake trying to eat itself tail first to grow itself, you can't grow the economy by feeding the economy to itself. Now the last one is the worst one because Trump said he was going to mass deport 20 million people, which is focus camp level shit, but he couldn't do that because that kind of thing takes too much work, so he just started deporting people randomly to see what happened. As will happen with idiots, he shot the bed right out of the gate, deporting a legal resident and father of a special needs child, resulting in a 9-0 Supreme Court smackdown where even free Cruz, Clarence, and Stop This Steal Samuel said no. But because Trump is like a kid who in response to burning his hand on a hot stove climbs directly into the hot stove and turns the knob to 550 degrees, he then deported a 2-year-old U.S. citizen battling metastatic cancer, a sentence I would have never thought to be possible on any plane in the infinite multiverse because not only is it insanely illegal by constitutional law, case law, and immigration law, it is absolutely fucking abhorrent behavior by any social, cultural, or universal moral standard. Donald is an abomination of a human being, and he's an even worse president. He signed more executive orders in 100 days than any president in American history, despite controlling every lever of power. He's violated court orders more than any other president in American history, despite having a 6-3 majority on the Supreme Court. And he's deported more American citizens than any president in American history, despite his promise to voters to deport only undocumented violent criminals. In 100 days, he has the worst approval rating in 100 years because he's attacking our economy, our businesses, our workers, our citizens, our Constitution, and our courts, breaking everything and fixing nothing. Now, this is just for Donald. Donald, you are the worst president in American history, and you are one of the worst humans in American history. You deserve nothing that has been given to you, and I cannot wait until you are impeached one more time, because Donald, you know what they say. The third time's the charm.
Talk about manufacturing a reality that you have in your head. Talk about manufacturing an environment. Talk about conjuring up an environment or belief that you want to say, that you want to believe, and having an entire half of a country's political apparatus falling behind you to create that fantasy. Trump fixates on Russell Vaught's idea of what tariffs did for the country. Trump believes that. Russ Vought tells him that tariffs, had us independent, had us powerful, had us wealthy and rich. We have all this money. Trump believes that. So Trump goes buck fucking wild with these tariffs and every fucking thing. Even tariffs islands with fucking penguins and tortoises on them. He don't give a shit. And he offers the guaranteed destruction, because the reality never matched what he said. So when the guaranteed destruction, he offers as an explanation for the guaranteed destruction. The offers as an explanation for the ongoing destruction of the economy. Well, the economy is being destroyed because the tariffs were because we needed tariffs, and we're just simply correcting what was wrong. He offers as an explanation for his destroying the economy based on his fucking fantasy that the good economy that Biden did, that basically he's blaming Biden still, the good economy that Biden left him was based on a fallacy anyway. And so we needed to do this. So you need to just stop being yippy and don't be panicking, and just let me do what I'm doing. And again, because he's in the office of the presidency, he has a certain automatic subconscious deference and credibility because he's technically POTUS, even though he's full of shit. So that deference, with the willing cooperation of the entire National Party, creates this apparent reality that our economy has long been propped up by the willy-nilly stolen tech and stuff like that of China and other places, and Europe and even our allies. This is why, even though I hate to talk about this, but this is why his approval rating is still hovering at fucking 40%. That's too fucking high. And even though the approval rating is bullshit, he doesn't care about it. Those of us that actually did the polling data shows us that he still maintains a certain level of credibility and deference because of the office he holds. Never mind that it's a complete fantasy. The reason for him doing it, the asserted reality that necessitated him putting all these tariffs, was a complete fucking fantasy and fabrication. It did not freaking exist. And this only could have been pulled off by whitey men. By whitey men. Whitey men are the only ones that could have done this. Reality seems to never come back around and brain these people. It never seems to. The consequences of fabricating a fantasy and willing that fantasy and acting like that fantasy is a reality never seems to come back around and hit these men, these whitey men. That is whitey privilege. That is white privilege. Let me say again, what we're seeing here right now, the destruction of your 401ks and stuff like that, and the stock market, the economy, and the insurance bonds and treasury bonds and so, that is whitey privilege. White privilege is to be able to completely conjure a fantasy, impugn that fantasy on the world as if it's a reality. And then when destruction happens, assert that his fantasy was always the true reality. That is white privilege on steroids, bro. Wow.
Trump's second term was going to flop. It'd be chaos, a circus, a failure. Funny, because in the first 100 days, he's done more for this country than any president in their entire term. Let me break it down for you. Illegal border crossings down over 90%. The CBP One app gone. The Lake and Riley Act signed. Our borders are finally being protected and the floodgates are closed. No new wars. He's pulling us back from foreign entanglement. Peace talks with Ukraine are back on the table. And the endless blank checks to every global conflict completely cut off. America first means exactly that. America first. Over $1.2 million in foreign investments already
from this video, and you all can see how amazing this administration has been so far. And you all can also testify how smoothly it's been running, because some people thought that the administration was going to hurt people that look like me only and not affect them. Now we all can see how far, we all have come, right? It is great. So far, it's been amazing. Are we not seeing it? Of course, it's very glaring. Even the blind can see, even the deaf can hear that the administration is doing great. So a rundown so far of how great this administration has been. And I am going to ask, how far? How far in Nigeria means what's up? What's going on? How is it going? How has it been treating you? You all thought, see, the reality is that some people thought that they are untouchable. Some people thought that, it has always been affecting people that look like me all this while, and it can never get to me. And in the end, it is getting to you. I hear them ask, does it mean that Black people are not feeling all this? Does it mean that it is not affecting them? It is affecting us. But Black people knew this is how it was going to be. So they already knew. And their mind has been made that no matter how good or bad it comes, we have to continue pushing. Majority of you never knew that you were going to lose your job. And the fact that some of them really do not even mean any good. I see some of them asking, is it possible that the people that voted for Trump can have their job back, and the ones that did not vote can lose their job? That is to tell you the extent they want to make sure that some people are not getting the hit, but some people are getting it. But no, it doesn't work that way. The person you voted for, you can't even reach him. The fact that some of them don't even know what is going on is also crazy. Because the other day, I talked about how they were asking them about tariff, how it's affecting somewhere like it's China that will be paying for the tariff. That is to tell you how ignorant majority of them are. Sincerely, very ignorant. So I am going to ask you people, how far? How is it going so far? Right? You all are happy, right? I guess so. I am going to say this, not until you all wake up, right? And do the right thing. But if not, everybody is going to continue the way it is. Things are going to continue the way it is till you all choose to do the right thing. Because I see some of you, May 1st, today is also supposed to be a protest. Like, what are you people even on the 100th day in office? I saw some of you protesting also. What is it that you people are doing? Like, you guys just go and stand under the shade, your I don't know, like with your placards and all that. Some of the gisty, I'm not saying nobody should talk and all that, but the way you guys are too relaxed to be doing this. You guys are too relaxed. You all are not acting like people that are hurting. You are acting like people that have it all. Well, I am going to draw the curtain here. I am not going to teach you people how to do the thing. You people are still waiting for Black people. Unfortunately, Black people are on vacation. This is going to last as long as it will. Bye for now.